on DNA clearing. And what a beautiful group from all over the world. And yeah, how strong it is already. I feel it. It's been working the last actually weeks inside my system. I can feel it. And also welcome everyone who's new to the webinars, who's just jumped in. And I want to thank Laurie Ladd as well for all the support, especially in this webinar and many others in the past. So if you're new to the webinars, it's really, don't worry if you don't feel anything. It works anyway in the background. I just want to make sure I'm live on YouTube. Just making sure. Yes, okay, great. So if the mind's active, it's all perfect. There's a wound in the background. Usually when the mind is active, it means it's working at a very deep level, and it opens up a system where the mind is sort of in protection. So it's distracting you. Don't worry if you feel the mind is active, whatever's happening in your system is like, trust it, it's all okay. In the webinars, it's only about intention. It's not to push or to try. It's simply melting into an energetic field. This is a field of energy for transformation. And this field, it melts into our system and sort of realigns it and remembers. It's like the blueprint. It remembers who we are on a soul level. And your spirit will do everything in the background. So sometimes people feel it weeks later, days later, hours later, or during the webinar. If you feel some sensations or not, it's okay. And yeah, I'm excited to start this one. So in this webinar, I'm going to be focusing on really calling in our own soul blueprint of our DNA, where we have no genetic manipulation or alteration in it. So I want to go back in total resonance of creation. That is the intention of this webinar, to go into total resonance of creation so you can thrive cellularly and in every aspect of your life. So if you're thriving in total resonance with love on a DNA level, this impacts your entire life and the whole field in you and around you. So this will work. I want to set the intention that if any of you have, taken medicines or anything that you feel may not be supporting your higher good, and you feel you want to detox from them, or the food or environmental, if you simply set that intention during the webinar. And I've worked with a lot of people over the last weeks actually clearing and detoxing the cells, the DNA and the blood. And it really makes a huge impact when you really put the intention, I want this out of my system, from your spirit, from your higher self. And what I realized was Christ consciousness, the Christ consciousness energy field, really burns the system, like in a positive aspect. It takes everything out of the system. So I'm going to guide you on a journey, and your spirit's going to do it. And you can watch this as often as you like. And if you're watching this as a recording, it's perfect. It's a living recording, and we'll work deeper and deeper every time you watch it. Or if you feel that there was something around your system or something happened and you want to go and release it from your system, I'd invite you to watch this again. So let's begin. We are spirit in a physical aspect. And years ago, I realized from results, spirit was guiding me to go in cellularly into my body. And you don't have to do the work that I've done on myself. I'm just going to give you the keys of how I did it in the background, and spirit will too. And it will start happening naturally in your system. So I invite you to take a deep breath into your heart and release slowly, slowly through the mouth. You can watch this webinar standing, sitting, if you want to move your body, if you feel like you need to stretch. go ahead and do it. Really listen to your body, and it will guide you. And once again, take a deep breath into your heart. Beautiful, it started already. Then be aware and set the intention to enter your cells with the word intention. Intention opens systems, that you're a physical spirit, physical being, and you're a huge being of creation already, and you have a blueprint for your cells and a blueprint for your DNA. Setting that intention to open up and call down your natural blueprint of your DNA. So give me some space. And one more time, just set the intention again. And if you imagine that the etheric fields are coming down and it's like the full color spectrum is above you and around you, and these spirals of energy of DNA strands are coming down into you. And invite your, I won't say higher self, but your full being to take over your DNA during this webinar. I invite your full being to embody during this webinar. I invite your full being to embody cellularly and embody into your DNA and release whatever toxicity is in your system. So I've done detox webinars before. In this one, I'm not going to even name what's there. Spirit knows what is not resonating with creation and which is not supporting you to thrive on a cellular level. And your whole being knows your blueprint already. And set the intention to call down your own blueprint. This is also working in past lives too. This life, ancestral lines. So I want you to set the intention that you quantum untangle from anything which is not supporting you to thrive, to create. So going into the quantum field and set the intention that you quantum untangle from toxicity, fears, anxieties, the collective fears, even the collective mindsets on diseases, or the word chronic. I'm going to go back through the ancestral lines in the genetic memory fields as well to untangle them where we gave our power away to the white coats or to medicine, and really go back in total resonance with our own medicine, spirit inside us on a DNA level. So quantum entangling is just unraveling from belief systems. I found that's really effective. If you bring in the intention to untangle, quantum untangle from everything which was brought in from man, the human aspect of altering your DNA, which is not supporting you as a creator and supporting you to be fertile or your future children. On a blood DNA level, also the mindsets. We'll work deep into the genetic memory fields. And imagine you take a deep breath into, if you imagine the strands of DNA, the helix, the two strands, and just And there's nothing to do. They will do it themselves. Beautiful. It's spinning, spiraling out. And as the old information spirals out, your soul will start bringing down your soul DNA into new strands and into the cells. This will work on all levels. Put an intention in. If there's something specific that you want to work on, maybe it's your liver, your kidneys, put that intention in. And the intention is to go back into balance. Mind, body, spirit on all levels. Beautiful. All toxins are coming up and just released. Soul level, blood level, organ level, bones, teeth, bone marrow. And it's like oil to water. All toxicity is just simply spiraling out. And quantum entangling from the collective fears, different viruses in the last 2 years, releasing those fears, quantum entangling from that field, completely stepping, unraveling from that matrix of the last 2 years, and mind control unraveling. Beautiful. As it's unraveling, set intention to open up your own Phoenix energy or Christ consciousness energy into the strands and into your blood, into your body. And really set the intention to reclaim and activate your sovereignty of your own DNA, your own blueprint of remembering who you are as spirit, fully embodied as a whole being in your DNA, whole being sovereign to you as a creator here on earth. This will also work if you're playing it in the background for the kids if they're sleeping, if they agree to it. Beautiful, it's getting stronger, and it's working very deep now on the pineal gland, cleaning the pineal gland, detoxifying it and the brain as well. Heavy metals, mercury, formaldehyde. And inviting you to call down, set the intention to call down. There's more space coming into your DNA strands, your Christ consciousness, your God code, creator codes. And they can start dropping in and spiraling in as the old strands are being cleaned. And your spirit can enter your cells and your organs, kidneys, spleen, digestion. This will also work with all recent injections, or if you've been around those injections. It's clearing from the system now. Spike proteins. Unraveling, 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 unraveling. And I've been watching the DNA, so it's sort of like once this detox takes place, then the DNA becomes more embodied, much stronger than before. And there's boundaries in the system. The more you embody, the more boundaries and the more balance. Getting stronger and stronger and stronger. And the quantum entanglement is releasing even stronger. And if you want, you can set the intention to quantum entangle from any medicines which is not serving you on every level, even if it came through your ancestors. And this can quantum entangle out of your system. Food manipulation, food additives. And the viruses, I've found when working with viruses, it's when things go out of balance, when you're out of your body, and the more you're in your body, the more the viruses go into balance, bacteria, everything goes back into balance. So it's about releasing the fears, anxieties, and where something, toxins knocked you out of balance. So that's exactly what we're working on this webinar. Are you feeling the shift, anyone? How are you feeling? Going deeper and deeper. Don't worry if you're not feeling anything. We're all going to have our own experience of this, or maybe the next time you watch it, you get more senses, or you don't. So very deep. It's working really exactly what you said, yeah. Down the spine and in the brain. And the nervous system. This will work by itself wherever your spirit is guiding the energy. So the intention is simply to breathe. Imagine you're breathing into your cells as if the sand being blowing up, and they just literally flow, flow, flow. Quantum untangling from anything which is not supporting you to thrive physically, cellularly, and your stem cells. and it will activate your own stem cells and your cells to regenerate in its own time, in your time. Beautiful. Going to go much deeper now. Your digestion is untangling from your old digestion, and your liver and organs too are untangling. And as the untangling creates more space, and then your spirit can come into these new spaces completely in embodiment. The whole of your being can come into your DNA and your cells, your organs. Set the intention that you're number one in your system, because you need to be number one in your system, otherwise the field of creation will not open inside you, cellularly too. The brain is very active. It's really working down the central nervous system too. And this quantum entanglement is really going deep. I can feel it on all levels. And you have a twin quantum entangling from your twin's physical cells, deadness, or if you have children who are in the genetic wrong place, or anyone who's been in the genetic wrong place with you, they can untangle too from your system. Codependency can entangle. Ancestral fears, anxieties, belief systems will untangle. It's untanglement on every single level, which is not supporting you to thrive in this physical aspect, while you're here as spirit as a whole being in this physical aspect. And going back into balance. I will start activating the lighter strands of DNA, almost like this. Your color codes will start coming in now. All your light codes can come down. It's much more space. It's really going deep into the digestion as well. Liver, kidneys, spleen, thyroid, lymph nodic system, sinuses. That your organs are yours. And if you are spirit, sometimes our spirit's not in the organs, are not aligned. So whatever's entangled can be released, untangled, and then you can arrive into the kidney, for example, left and right. Your liver. Great, pretty. Yes, here the whole system's responding now. You're getting deeper into your blood vessels, capillaries. And your blood circulation. And I'm setting the intention to go deeper into the arteries, the veins, capillaries. There's a lot coming out of the system. It's amazing how we pick up different toxicity from life, from the environment. I'm seeing a lot leaving, also from the brain. And then the fog can leave the brain. It's like a brain fog. It can come out of the system. It's your brain, your number one. Your whole being can come into your brain. Your whole being can come into your spine. Full 9. Also the skin, very good. And also honoring your own skin. And releasing and untangling from any skin allergies, proteins, whatever's in the system. Quantum untangling from anything that's knocking balance out on cellular skin level as well. Fascia tissue. And your system was just literally taking it out of your field, any toxicity, or it will just be released in the next days. Drink lots of water, some juices, whatever feels right for you. It's all energy. And setting the intention in your spirit, your whole being moves deeper into your bone marrow, deeper into your cells, deeper into your liver, spleen, ovaries or prostate as well can be cleared. The reproductive system can be cleared, the womb, the genitals completely, on all levels, testicles, sperm. This feels very important. Okay, going deeper into the sperm, going deeper into the prostate, going deeper into the ovaries, and the full reproductive system for both sexes. Set the intention to reclaim sovereignty of your reproductive system and balance. And the blueprint will open even more. And breathing into your genitals, as more of your whole being can come down into your genitals. Going deeper and deeper and deeper. How are you feeling this, anyone? And every breath, imagine you're breathing in and the energy simply resonate and flow out what isn't supporting you. And going deeper into the reproductive systems. This will work through the whole system. The lungs everywhere will be working. Systems will work. Going deeper and deeper into the reproductive systems even more. So it's aligning your whole being down to your heart into the genitals. For me, it feels like the energy of the pill is that field. Feels like it's in the system, but it may not be only from the pill. It may be from other fields as well. It feels like the same energy, but it's not only for contraceptive reasons. It's coming in through other systems as well. I can feel, so that's coming out. Coming through the water, I think it's coming through different things. It's coming out. It's really going into the ovaries, the womb, the uterus, and the testicles, the sperm. And I'm getting a feeling as well, this feels like herpes as well. This is coming up and leaving. Chlamydia, syphilis, a lot of different. I feel the HPV, yes. There's a lot in the background that's moving out, I can feel. There's a lot of even disgust coming up out of the system of very old energies. brush. There's a lot where there was imbalance in the reproductive system because of fears, anxieties, trauma, abuse energies, because you were not fully in the reproductive system embodied. What I find is the more you're embodied, the more harmony and balance comes in. So it feels like this is really important that we really embody into the genitals. I'm going to work very deeply now to create more embodiment. Bring your words, intention down to the genitals. And breathe down. Imagine just fresh air blowing through the genitals, through your heart and through the genitals. This is cleaning all the tissue as well in the genitals. The DNA, cells. This quantum untangling from all STDs, or you want to put an intention in leaving it stronger. And then also the shame, the guilt, the disgust, which is linked to these STDs as well. That's coming out, I feel, completely. And the collective guilt, the collective shame, religious belief systems. Unraveling from the collective guilt, shame, anxieties, fears, desires, which doesn't belong, anything that doesn't belong to your system. Everything you think or what's coded in your subconsciousness affects your DNA. So this is why this is really going to want to detox what's in the system, and then also the belief systems, which is in the subconsciousness, because then you just pull it in again. Otherwise, the work I do is about always going to the root of every symptom. And the system will find it. Lyme's disease pops up as well. That's been worked with. I always find Lyme's disease is where we weren't in our body. And that's where it comes in. So the more we're coming in, the more that can be released. And the more we connect with the magnetic field of Mother Earth cellularly, the more it releases. And balance comes into the system and alignment. Working through the sinuses as well. It's also working very much in the roots of the teeth, the gums, the bones, the jaw, the throat, the stomach. Set the intention to connect to your spinal fluid for a few moments and imagine that spinal fluid is entering your DNA and your cells. It's washing everything clean. And your whole being and your whole being's DNA strands are opening even more and embodying more. Fresh new space. It's really going into the sinuses, I feel as well. Third eye. It's almost like the bone structure is like a matrix and it's unraveling from the matrix, which is not aligned with your spirit and your blueprint. And you breathe into whatever area of the body you feel you want to support more. And just breathe in and imagine like leaves clearing or cells clearing as you breathe through them. Set the intention to release the membrane around your cells and imagine the membrane around your DNA. And your spirit will release that now and the membrane around the brain and the bones. You are a new frequency already. And your light codes are dropping in even more. And all the color codes, all the color spectrum is open. Unraveling from your astral cord, as well the old astral cord. The old astral body is unraveling. Wounds, or anyone else as you've been tangled with. We may entangle with others, similar vibration fears or traumas. So just set the intention that all entanglement, you've entangled with others, to be untangled. All people's shadow aspects to untangle. And this working through your channel as well. So it's clearing on all levels of your being and your subtle bodies. All timelines, dimensions, and planes that were entangled, which is not supporting our wholeness of creation. And full sovereignty of you as a creator, leader, visionary, whole being here on earth in your own sovereign coding, creator coding, or Christ consciousness. And I reclaim sovereignty of creation back from every field I gave away. I reclaim my power of sovereignty, of truth, from every field that my ancestors gave it away, or I gave away in this life or past lives. And I go back into wholeness, flow, creation, dignity, honor, truth. Spells, manipulation, untangled, released. Full sovereign truth, wholeness, creation. And your own sacred geometry is open in your DNA and aligned. And with your permission, we're going to go much deeper now to do another cleanse, going deeper cellularly and on the DNA level. Your spirit is simply just going to take over now, if that's all right for you. The whole being will take over and clear your whole system right now. Observe your breath. Everything's quantum untangling as your spirit embodies deeper. Into wholeness. And accepting your wholeness, cellularly, DNA-wise, and in your body, in every organ, every blood vessel, every capillary, every fiber of your being. Full wholeness in every subtle body embodied in this life system. Thyroid is really strong. Lungs. Your whole being can enter your lungs, your rib cage. Your whole being can enter your diaphragm. Your whole being can enter your digestive system completely, whole. The whole being can enter your brain on all levels of your brain and activate the brain. The whole being can take over your spinal column, nervous system, nerve endings. Aligned. Your whole being can take over your DNA, your bone marrow, completely. Also, fragments can come back into wholeness right now. Alignment. Your whole being can come into your eyes. Your whole being can come into your sinuses, jaw, teeth, hearing. Your whole being can come into the muscles, the tissues, shoulders, the arms, the hands. Your whole being can take over your own blood. Your whole being can take over your blood circulation, physical heart. Your whole being can take over your whole blood circulation, arteries, veins, capillaries, DNA. Full sovereignty of your DNA. Creator DNA. And if you were involved in any experiments recently, reclaim sovereignty of your DNA from any companies or anyone who took it from you. It just happened automatically. Full sovereignty of your own DNA back. Full sovereignty of your truth back. Full sovereignty of your health, your immune system back. Full sovereignty of your boundaries. Full sovereignty of your reproductive system. Whole beings in your own reproductive system. Balance, flow, breathing into your bones. Your whole being can move into your entire skeleton. Your whole being can move into your fascia tissue, skin, organs. Whole being can move into your digestion, your bladder. Your whole being is in you. Your whole being supports your left side in a new way. Your whole being supports your right side in a new way. Your whole being supports your back. Your whole being supports your front. Your whole being supports below, roots. Your whole being supports above, your channel, your Akashic records, your sun connection. Through the center of all the suns. Sun is in your cells. Creation is in your cells. The sun is open in your DNA. The whole being is active in your DNA. The whole being is in double strands, the helix, in the DNA. The whole being is in all the codes in your DNA. sovereignty of your DNA, complete sovereignty and wholeness as a creator in your DNA. Creation. Please. Your whole left side supports your whole right side in a brand new way. The whole right side supports your whole left side in a new way. The whole front supports the whole back in a brand new way. Your whole back supports your whole front in a new way. Whole being above supports the whole being in you and below you in the new way. Above supports below in the new way. Below supports above in the new way. All your light codes can embody, your whole being can embody cellularly in your DNA. Spiraling, flowing, creating. Your stem cells, your whole being is in your stem cells. Your whole being is in you, around you, above you, below you, beside you, in you. You're in your own channel. You're number one in your own system, in your own DNA. Your direct connection with your Sun, Creator, Mother Earth. Your heart. Breathing into new space in you. You're a whole sovereign being. Take a deep breath into your cells. Imagine you're breathing into fresh cells. Wholeness. Whole. Embodied. Aligned. Fresh. Vibrant. Life force. Sovereign. Creator. Whole. Home. Embodied. And bring gratitude into your being inside you. The whole being's in your aura. Creation. Flow. Fertile creator. Breathing into the new space. It's getting deeper and deeper. Whatever sensations you get, it's all perfect. It's your body integrating. Aligning. You've totally shifted your system, changed completely. And your inner knowing. That's right, Christina. Your inner knowing is in. The whole inner knowing is in. This will keep integrating and working, and listen to your own intuition inside. I love to swim to integrate, or set the intention to having a shower or a bath just to release. Drink lots of water, take good care of yourself. And if you, whatever you're feeling, it's just cleansing, it's cleansing. And moving. This was huge what you all did. It's the right time. And we all have our own experience of this. You're never going backwards, you're always moving forward. And it's always, your body is simply, as you dive into your body, things are moving and releasing. And each time it creates more space and flow for you. So sometimes you get it immediately, sometimes it takes a couple of days. Thank you everyone for being part of this. And you can watch this as many times as you want. Just give yourself some space to integrate. And you can watch it in the future, in a year's time, whenever you need it, it's there for you. And it will keep getting stronger and stronger each time and more aligned. And it is the time that we honor, we are powerful creators, sovereign as a creator, completely sovereign in our own DNA, our own cells, our own creative bodies. And we choose when we leave this body as a creator, and we enjoy it. We enjoy, and it's our sovereignty of our creator, nourished, loving body. It's our temple, sovereign temple, love and gratitude, cellularly. Beautiful. I'm looking forward to seeing you at the next webinar. And then I'll talk more about the future webinars, what's coming. Beautiful. Thank you, everyone. I'm looking forward to hearing your feedbacks. If you want to leave it on Facebook or Instagram. And I'll check in. Beautiful. Thank you, everyone. It's going to be different for everyone. Some people may feel a lot, some people may feel nothing. It's all okay. It's working in the background. I remember when I started this work, I didn't feel anything, but days, weeks later, I'd feel the shift. So it works in the background. All is good. And if you feel sleepy or tired, just listen to your body, give yourself lots of space, lots of love, and take care of yourself. Have a good rest. Thank you, everyone. Thank you, Sergio, for setting this up and holding space. Thank you all for being part of this webinar. You all created the space. We did this together, and it's going to keep getting stronger. And then there's a ripple effect into the field. Beautiful. Thank you, everyone, for all the support. And looking forward to hearing how you're doing. Have a beautiful, beautiful rest of the day or evening, wherever you are. Thank you.